Welcome back to Freedom Finance with Landy, guys. Thanks for checking with me here on this Sunday. And guys, today is all about passive income. Today is all about dividend. Today is all about dividend growth because I'm going to give you guys the Q2 2024 update on my Vanguard Trifecta You Betcha update. I'm going to go over how much income, how much passive income these three ETFs provide me, what the weighted average dividend yield is, what the weighted average dividend growth is, and what would happen if I stopped investing and simply reinvested the dividends and let dividend growth take care of itself over the next 5, 10, 15, all the way through the next 40 years. What does my passive income stream look like? Can we talk about a couple $100,000 in income per year? Well, let's find out, guys. Grab your favorite beverage, your beer, your liquor, your wine, your coffee, your espresso. Let's go because you're Italian this weekend. And let's dive into the update on the Landy Vanguard Trifecta You Betcha. Let's dive in. Guys, so you guys know I've been investing in the three-headed monster, the three-headed Vanguard ETFs. The Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF, and the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. VYM, VIG, VOO. And if you guys are new investors out there, beginner investors out there, this is going to really impact you dearly because the longest I've been investing on these ETFs, now we know I've been investing for about 15 years, goes back only on these ETFs 4 years on VYM. I've been investing every single week into VYM. In fact, I've only been doing the VOO strategy, buying VOO every single day for 2.5 years. And then I've been buying VIG every single day for the last 1.5 years. So it's interesting because as a beginner investor, if you look at what has happened over the course of just this short time period, the dividend income is already bringing in thousands of dollars. And we'll get into that. But what matters is the element of time you would have, because that's the purpose of this video. That's the hitting home purpose. But even if you are later in your life and you're investing, this will still matter because I will show you the next 5, 10, 15 years of your life and what that would look like as well. If you did what I was doing and then stopped, again, the assumptions that I'm going to go through here is if I stopped investing new dollars. Again, if I let dividend reinvestment do its work and dividend grow. So I didn't touch the income yet. So keep that in mind because we're going to reinvest those dividends. But as of now, guys, now with VYM, we all know I'm on the road to 1,500 shares. I'm at 1,460 shares between my wife and I. That's producing $5,190 in forward passive income at a yield of about 3%. Again, been investing for 4 years straight. The average dividend growth rate is about 5.5% conservatively on this ETF. And then with the S&P 500 ETF VOO, guys, across the 100 share threshold at 101 shares right now. And that produces $671 at an average yield of about 1.3%. Now, the average dividend growth rate that I'm expecting is about 8.5%, which is what we actually saw year-to-date 24 versus year-to-date 23 already. And then with Vanguard's Dividend Appreciation ETF VIG, I own 101 shares as well of this monster. Again, it's at a smaller share price, so my daily investments is already really creeping up and pretty much is catching VOO already from a number of share standpoint. But the annual dividend, the annual passive income right now is $339.87 at an average yield of 1.82%. And I'm expecting a 9.5% growth rate. Now, based on this composition alone, again, yes, I have over $170,000 invested into VYM. Didn't happen overnight, didn't happen over a year, 2 years, 3 years. Again, this is going back 4 freaking years of investing, saving, and doing this ETF. And the weighted average dividend yield, which you're going to take each position's market value divided by the total market value of all three positions and multiplying that by the dividend yield. The weighted average yield that this little trifecta produces me is 2.55%. Now, the weighted average doing that on the growth rate is 6.44%. And it's exactly where I'd like it to be. It's at 8.99% when you add the two, or at 9%. I call that the dividend compound factor, because when you're reinvesting dividends plus you have dividend growth, that's how much you would expect your income to grow every single year. Again, your $10 becoming the $11. Again, that's 10% growth. Just under that is what I'm expecting my annual dividend income to grow every year, just with this three-headed monster. So let's just say I'm going to stop saving. I'm going to stop earning additional funds outside of my normal cost, let's say, of living here. And I'm just going to reinvest the dividends, guys. Well, right now, the total dividends right now is at $6,200 between the three ETFs. And if I let that reinvest for 5 years, every single year, compounding at 8.99%, guys, in 5 years, this is the magic. That $6,200 becomes $9,500 in income per year. Again, we're talking, again, an extra $9,500 a year. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want an extra $9,500 a year in dividends? So whether you're new, again, investor, or you're later in your investing years, after 5 years, your income, which is just over $500 a month, becomes almost $800 a month after 5 years by just letting time do its thing. What about at year 10? I'm in my mid-30s. So what about in my mid-40s, guys? I'm a man. I'm 40. Well, in my mid-40s, again, me not adding a single penny to this, me not having to sell, some of these PSA 10 graded cards over here to earn money. No, I'm kidding. But after 10 years, again, we started at $6,200 at ground zero. 5 years, $9,500. At 10 years, this grows to $14,670. So we went from $500 a month to $800 a month to $1,200 a month at year 10. An extra $1,200 per month. I dig it. I like crossing the $1,000 threshold. You actually cross that at year 8. But let's go to 15 years. I just might be crossing 50 years old, guys. Let's not talk about it. But to all you 50-year-olds out there, let's talk about it. Remember, we started at $6,200 at ground zero. Fast forward 15 years, you're actually going to be earning just under $23,000 in dividend income per year, or $1,800 a month. $1,880. So you're closer to the $1,900. Again, this is not you doing anything. So at year 15, if you just continue to reinvest and let the dividends grow from these ETFs, guys, you're looking at about $1,900 a month in income. 2020, so 20 years, guys. Let's go to 2044. I would be in my 50s for sure. 20 years. If you guys got 20 years ahead of you for investing, let's look at this. You'd have just under $35,000 in forward income at $2,900 a month. Wow. So you start at $500, now you're at $2,900. So I'm in my 50s, and now I'm earning $2,900 just by what I've done so far, guys. How about that? Wow. Again, this takes grit, it takes a grind, but you know that time will take care of itself here. I'm already there. I just need time to do its magic, guys. Well, let's fast forward to 25 years from now. I just may be crossing the 60-year threshold. $53,000 in income, $4,400 a month. Let's get into the 30 years. $82,000 in income. $6,800 a month in passive income from these three ETFs if I stopped investing. Remember, I only invested VYM 4 straight years. I only did VLO every single day for 2.5 straight years. VIG 1.5 straight years. So it's not a long time horizon for me investing, but I'm already setting my future self up for much success. And again, this is just a sliver of my entire portfolio. So there's way more dividends on top of this that would be coming in. Very fortunate, but damn, I worked my ass off to get here. 35 years from now. Whew, man, that's crazy. I would be probably touching 70. $126,000 in income at $10,500 per month, guys. So if you have 35 years of investing ahead of you and you don't want to touch anything, you just want dividends to do its thing, reinvest, and then the ETFs to also grow their dividend, $126,000 a year, $10,000 a month. Lastly, let's get to 40 years. $194,000 in income from these ETFs, $16,000 per month. I get it. There's going to be inflation. Cost of living will rise between now and 40 years. So what and how much will this do? It'll do a lot more than doing nothing, guys. So just turn off that noise, guys. Just turn that off. Just know that this is income that you'll be able to use, supplement, whatever you want to call it, in your retirement years. Again, my game is here to retire early. So that's why I'm not stopping investing. I love what I'm seeing here because it's great. You know, future me is going to be like, thank you, younger Lanny. I appreciate everything you did for me. But I'm not stopping because, again, I'm not here to wait 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, guys. I'm here to get there sooner than later, guys. So let me know what you think about this video. Where are you at in your journey? Does this video make sense to you? Does it kind of hit you a little bit to go, okay, I need to invest as much as I can today, right now, because time I can't get back. And the more time I had ahead of me, the more this will happen for you guys. Again, let me know in the comments where you're at, what these numbers look like for you. Pretty easy metrics to do here. You know, again, just take the combination of your yield plus growth and then multiply that every year, taking the previous year's new forward income, and then you'll see what it's like in the future years, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, guys. Thanks for rocking with me. Let's get to financial freedom. I'll catch you on the next one.